Good evening. This is Doc Severson for the TheoTrade report for Tuesday, June 27th. I want to start out tonight's report by looking at this ticker here, which is the SPX, the percentage of the S&P 500 stocks above the 50-day moving average. So out of the whole 500 stocks that are in the S&P 500, how many of them are above the 50-day moving average? What we're starting to see is this divergence once again, where fewer and fewer stocks are actually above their 50-day moving average. The 50-day, for those of you who don't know, is just a really rough proxy for a stock being in a shorter term uptrend. So usually use a 50-day for shorter term trend and a 200-day for a longer term trend. So the problem is this, is that as markets are at, recently, up until a couple of days ago, we're at all-time highs, you have fewer and fewer stocks actually participating. So the problem is that you got these, these massive tech stocks which are driving everything higher. And if they hiccup at all, then the market is in real trouble. And this is what we started to see finally today. So here's part of the problem is looking at the S&P 500 today, we're down almost a full percent, but you barely notice it because we're just jammed up here all the way at the top of this chart, and it's almost like this chart has realized all of a sudden what height it is, and all of a sudden it's getting, acrophobia. Now I've been saying for a long time that with this monthly chart down at this level of exhaustion, it's been unprecedented where we haven't had some type of reaction from this level of exhaustion. At some point here, we have always had some type of reaction, even if it's as mild as 2004, just basically chopping in a flag range for the entire year before finally breaking out. Or we've had some more violent reactions, such as the flash crash here back in 2010. But regardless, we've always had some type of reaction. And this is why I keep going back to saying that, look, all we need to do is just create a bigger range here. Perhaps work down to 2,400 or maybe even 2,300 at this point, and just set up a bigger range, consolidate within that range. If you were to go back and look at this chart years from now and see a pullback to about 2,300 and then establish a new base and then eventually break out, you'd say, oh, well, that's no big deal. That's just like what happened back here and all of these. No big deal, right? And but it feels bad to go through something like this, especially since most people for the past year and a half have not really had any experience of going through any kind of red candles or downtrends. No distribution really since the election. Now the key to this, of course, is going to be the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq right now today actually is closed below this very important trend line. So just another look at this trend line. Since the election, everything has been above this trend line. But now what we're seeing is potentially a lower high setting up here. And this is why what I'm going to do is kind of box this area in a range and look for the price to either punch down through here or recover and go back up and print a higher high from here and basically null out any distribution from today. Anything can happen, but we just need to let it happen and see whether or not it's going to actually punch through here. But the fact that we did close below this trend line is fairly important today. Now, the Nasdaq itself was down about 1.74, or the NQ futures in this case. But the weighted index that we have basically set up for Facebook and Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, which are the real drivers of this market, was actually down more than that. So almost 1.9%. So obviously this is much more important right now. As goes these tickers, so goes the market. You can see how we've gone parabolic on this set of charts and down into monthly exhaustion. And again, this is typically where we see it just pull into some type of consolidation range. Notice what's happened in the past when we've run into areas like this. We've seen at weekly chart consolidation, we've seen weekly chart exhaustion, we've seen this consolidation setting up for actually months in that case, at the beginning of 2016. So could we be seeing the same exact thing happening again with more consolidation in this area? I think ultimately that would be healthy for the market. Now, one thing to watch for this week is we've got these expected move boundaries set up we're watching the weekly expected move on the S&P 500. In this case, we're getting awfully close to that lower expected move. Over the last few weeks, every touch of the lower expected move has been money. Back up to the upside, whether or not it's just intraday or a more severe move has been a money shot every single time here. So we're going to watch this one very carefully over the next couple of days. And if the price does hit and exceed that level, which is currently right now on my chart at 240.89, we would actually fade that level with a call spread back up to the upside if we can take it without too much skew. Hey folks, before you go, I've got a special offer I want to bring your attention to. This is our 2-day live TheoTrade Traders Retreat, which is going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, with Don Kaufman, myself, Doc Severson, Jeff Bierman, and Tony Rago. Now, this is going to be Thursday and Friday, Saturday, September 7th, 8th, and 9th in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I know that seems like it's a long way away, but it's really right around the corner. So this is going to be our major event for the year. And as you can see, the price for this is $1,997. Now, think about what this includes just for a second here. So it's not only the live events on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that we have out there at this event, but this also includes 1 full year of our live mentorship. So Total Theo, which is our 12-month mentorship, is included for that, all for the price of $19.97. Now, if you don't know what Total Theo is or what that's all about, first of all, there's a live element to it. We're basically live about 6 hours a day through video and audio in the chat room itself, as well as you can see all the archives that we have for every month that we've done this, but also the classes that we do. So we can look at some of the classes that we have done live for our students. So in other words, if you want to know about iron condors or high probability in-out spreads or weekly options or calendar spreads or fractal energy trading or trading a small account or doing weekly diagonal spreads, pairs trading, trading futures contracts, using fibs in your trading, trading tetrapod spreads, you name it, we have done a class in it over the last couple of years. These will all be available to you as soon as you sign up for this class. Now, the workshop itself features our favorite material and the material that's most requested by our students, such as long and short volatility strategies, neutral options trading strategies, including pairs, calendars, straddles, strangles, how to set it up in a workable portfolio, how to position size, how to work on your mindset, and how to add technical analysis to increase the probabilities of your trading, how to build a trading plan, and a proven formula for day trading as well too. You name it, just about every aspect of trading, whether it's stocks, options, futures, building a portfolio, being able to day trade, being able to trade for a living is something that we're going to be talking about during this 2-day class. And of course, it does come with the Total Theo 12-month membership. And to give you an idea what the event schedule is like, first of all, on Thursday night, the 7th, we're going to be having a happy hour with you guys. So meeting everybody in person, you're going to get a chance to, rub elbows with not only the instructors out there, but other expert traders that are part of our live trading room every single day. And on Friday and Saturday, we're going to be doing, of course, morning session, afternoon session, and breakfast is served for those of staying in the hotel. You can see the conference room we're going to be doing this at. One thing I'd like to point out to you is if you've been through seminars like this before, sometimes we wedge everybody into these things, and it's so uncomfortable. By the end of 2 days, you're ready to go. We're going to have nice chairs for you guys, so we're going to make you very, very comfortable. It's going to be an excellent facility. You can see how beautiful this place is, and you're going to want to stay around for maybe a couple of days after that, maybe extend your stay into the weekend. This is such a nice place. So full day Friday, full day Saturday, rubbing elbows with us, talking to us about questions that you have for trading as well. Full breakfast, lunch, cocktail party, discount, TheoTrade group room rate, Wi-Fi resort fee is going to be waived for those staying at the hotel. discount on spa services. You can go play golf out there. You know, this is going to be a great event. It's going to be a high-class event, and it's going to be absolutely packed with information. The ability to talk to our instructors out there and really walk away with a full trading plan and give you confidence to be able to hit this market running when it starts again in the most important part of the year, which is the beginning of the fourth quarter here as we wrap up 2017. So hope to see you out there.